We just came, as you know, from Wisconsin. We're hoping to get a good turnout today. It was very, very cold in Wisconsin, but they tell me they're very hardy citizens and they'll all be out to vote, so we hope so. We're confident, we're guardedly optimistic and guardedly confident that we will do well there tonight. And of course, we'll be spending time here in Ohio in anticipation of the primary 2 weeks from today. I will also, if I am fortunate enough to be the nominee of the party, I will also compete very strongly here in the heartland of America. We all know how important Ohio is in the electoral map, and that it's very important for a Republican to do well in Ohio. I'm aware of the economic difficulties, having campaigned here many times with Mike DeWine and spent a lot of time here in the state of Ohio, and we'll be talking a lot about the economy of the state and the nation's economy as we move forward. Finally, I'd just like to comment again on the announcement concerning Fidel Castro. This is an opportunity now for the remaining rulers of Cuba to give the Cuban people a chance to exercise democracy, freedom, move forward with free and fair elections, empty out their prisons and of their political prisoners, and allow human rights organizations into Cuba to begin functioning to restore democracy and declare elections at the earliest possible moment. Once all that has happened and the elections have taken place, then I think the United States of America stands ready to help the people of Cuba recover from the incredibly depressing period they've been through under the Castro regime. Most Americans are becoming more and more aware that the surge is succeeding. In fact, I just saw a recent poll in USA Today that showed now a majority of Americans see that the surge is succeeding. And I can convince the American people that a date for withdrawal, a date for surrender, which both Senator Clinton and Senator Obama espoused, would then result in chaos, Al-Qaeda declaring the United States had been defeated, and a much larger expenditure and sacrifice of American blood and treasure. They were wrong when they said the surge wouldn't work. It's working. They were wrong when they said the political process wouldn't work. It's working, and we are succeeding. I'll be glad to campaign on that issue across the state and across America. If we did what the Democrats, Senator Obama and Senator Clinton, wanted to do, I repeat, and that is set a date for withdrawal, Al-Qaeda would now be telling the United States and the world they defeated the United States of America, and our challenges and expenditures would be very much higher. You know, many of the media that travel with me know me very well and know that what I meant was that this is a conflict which we can get achieved success and American withdrawal and American casualties down dramatically as they already are, and the Iraqis take over those responsibilities. Now, if it's American presence, we have been in many countries for many, many years. South Korea, Japan, Germany, many places around the world. We're in Kuwait, right next door to Iraq. We are in Turkey. But the point is the surge is succeeding. We can bring our home troops with honor, and we can bring them all home, or we can have an arrangement, a security arrangement, much along the lines that we have with other countries. And I'm sure that the American people would be satisfied with that if we bring the majority of our troops home with honor rather than in defeat. And I'm confident that if we give it the opportunity, the surge will continue to succeed and our troops will come home. Now, whether there's an American presence there or not, such as there is in other countries, is a subject to be negotiated between the two countries. So obviously my comment was taken out of context wildly, but I understand that. We're not playing beanbag. Reduce their taxes, reduce interest rate, reduce regulation, encourage green technologies and innovation, help reform education across America, and in Ohio, specifically and very importantly, a program for displaced workers, which works. We now have a half a dozen federal programs for displaced workers which do not work. They are failures. They were designed for the 50s when there would be a downturn and someone would be unemployed and then return to their old job again. We need to go to the community colleges. We need to give them the wherewithal to implement education and training programs which fit the needs of the area and the environment in which they exist. They know that best. It is already being done in some places. It's being done in South Carolina for new businesses and industries that locate there. They are training the workers for those new businesses and corporations that are locating there, and it's working well. And we have to take care of these displaced workers, and that will be one of my highest priorities so they can have another chance to be part of the economy. The economy is changing. We all know that. We're in an information technology revolution, and it has changed the world and it's changed America. But we can't leave people behind in the heartland of America, whether it's Michigan, Ohio, Illinois, or other parts of America that relied on the manufacturing base. We have to help them through this transition. I know and will continue to develop plans to do so. It was a little bit surprising to some observers that the independent voters still voted, many of them in large percentages, in the Republican primary as well, which I think substantiates to some degree a theory that all independent voters aren't, quote, truly independent. They lean Democrat or they lean Republican. So far we've been able to get a pretty good turnout from independent voters as well as energized Republicans, but it's not easy, and we're going to have to campaign hard. We have a lot of work to do. I think we need some straight talk here, and the fact is that our base was dispirited by the spending and corruption, and I was one of those that led in the Abramoff investigation, which caused some of those people to be put behind bars. And so we have a lot of work to do with our base. We have to unite it and we have to energize it. And I'm working as hard as I possibly can to unite and energize it. I hope that as we get through these primaries, and I hope to be successful, that I'll move forward with that process. I'm grateful for the endorsement and support of Senator Thompson, Rudy Giuliani, and Governor Romney. I'm grateful for that. I was grateful for the endorsement of former President Bush. And we'll continue to work to unite the party and to energize it. And I am very aware of that challenge, and I am aware of the hard work that's got to be done ahead of us, and I'm eager to embark on that effort. And I respect Governor Huckabee's staying in the race, and we've got to get that done first, but we got a lot of work to do. I thank you all for being here. Thank you very much. Thanks.